Everyone. Hello and welcome to another Let's interview. Today my guest is, how do you want to be called? Derek or just Super Derek RPGs? Like what?
I just go by Derek in the day-to-day.
Yeah. This
But,
guy, he
yeah,
is the RPG guy.
I'm one of a few RPG guys out there, I think.
The only other person who I could think of who's done more RPGs, or his review channel, would be Rue from Clay of the Grey Wolf. But he focuses on the 16-bit. You go all over.
I do my best. I try to kind of branch out when I can.
Yeah. Why RPGs, though?
I just always liked them. I mean, not always. I mean, clearly at one point I had never played an RPG before, but after I played through Earthbound, and that was my first like real introduction to turn-based RPGs, that just really hooked me, and it held my attention in a way that no other game had up to that point. Like growing up, I had I had Sonic, I had Super Mario Bros, I had Boogerman, and that was a pretty funny game.
The
But
90s were weird.
yeah, they were.
Is it
They
because of
were
Ren
awesome,
and Stimpy?
but weird.
Ren and Stimpy were the ones who basically said, hey, gross out humor is profitable! Except a lot of people didn't realize that the reason why Ren and Stimpy was good is because the characters were also entertaining, and it wasn't just gross out.
Exactly. Not just gross out. It just happened to have a lot of gross out.
It also
But yeah.
had insanity!
Yes, it did. In spades. So, yeah, it just kind of seemed like I never felt like I was great at video games. But RPGs were a thing that I could enjoy, and through patience I could conquer the game without having to rely on, underdeveloped skills and reaction times when I was, 8.
Yeah, I mean, we as adults, we're good at this. We're able to understand. But when you're a kid just developing the hand-eye coordination, yeah.
Exactly.
With RPGs, the only thing you have to worry about is, okay, I found Matoya. What do I do now? What's with the broom? I don't understand. We're not...
Yeah.
Unless you... Yeah. Now you just have to worry about guy dang it moments.
Yeah. Nowadays, RPGs, we're a little bit spoiled, Even up to, I guess, the PlayStation era, you could still have really poorly translated games, and they would just say, well, this doesn't really make sense, but you need to go south, even though by south I mean like east by southeast.
Yeah, you need to go southeast. When I say south, I mean south to that peninsula that's more east than south.
Exactly. That's something that I've been struggling with on my latest current playthrough of Wild Arms 2.
Ooh.
Yeah, the translation's a little rough on that game so far.
Yeah, I do all miss some of the poor translation. All our bases are belong to us. They set us up to the bomb. And of course, the timeless, I, Garland, will knock you all down. They just...
In
Actually,
Wild
to be
Arms 2, there
honest-
was a scene not too long ago where Brad Evans, I love the name Brad Evans, I don't know why. So it's so like action hero movie name,
Yeah.
but sort of like generic at the same time.
It's got that right level.
So Brad Evans, we were talking about, the bad guys, they're in a forest to the northwest. He says, northwest? That's northwest from here.
You don't find that sort
Yes,
of thing
yes,
anymore.
it is.
It's a lost thing. I mean, it's like, pick your thing. Do you get poorly translated yet hilarious lines, or do you just go full on?
Yeah. Like, as long as it's functional, as long as the translation is functional, I am okay with it. But when it starts saying, like, the wrong thing to you, that's when it kind of sucks. But
Yeah.
luckily, those moments are generally few and far between.
Yeah, once you got to the PlayStation era, it started to get better and better.
Yeah. But But, you know, that's just how it was back in the day.
Yeah, and even now, even if we get a poor translation, fans will just wait a month or two, and fans will have fully translated the ROM up and basically explain, here's how you do it.
Yeah, pretty much. And if they haven't yet made a fully functional fan translation, they'll at least have a walkthrough, because some guy has spent like the last 1,000 hours of his life figuring out the intricacies of every last detail of the
That,
mechanics.
or he can speak Japanese.
Or that.
By the way, speaking of translation, where is the translated ROM for Magical Vacation for GBA? I grew up, my first Nintendo Power, I remember seeing the thing for this game, Magical Vacation, which was a cool looking JRPG with a bunch of wizards going to magical school, complete with like weird golems and art styles. And then, nothing. Never came.
Yeah. That's sad. I've never heard of this game, but it happens a lot. It's the worst when they start to tease the game.
Have you ever played the game Magical Star Sign?
I haven't.
Yeah, it's on the DS. If you've seen Magical Star Sign, you look at the art style. It's actually a sequel, 1,000 Years in the Future of Magical Vacation. Yeah, it was all right.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's, your show worthy.
I mean, in theory, hypothetically, any game could be my show, capable. I mean, a lot of the games that I'm playing on the show are my first times having played through the games. Yeah. Because, I mean, that was part of the idea behind starting my show, is that I used to just tread the same ground all the time. I used to just play the same games every time, and then I'd stall whenever I would try to play a new game, and by starting a show, it's basically kind of forced me to not just play the same game and review it over and over.
At the very least, you see it's a bigger world out there.
Exactly. I've really broadened my horizons as I've, played through the games that I have. I guess I'm about 45 games into it, and I can say that I've beaten every one of those games at this point, and it's really pretty cool to be able to say that. Kind of be able to keep track. But I mean, I hear you have a pretty good log of games that you've beaten as well. Is that right?
Yep. Hold on, let me see if I can reach. Yeah, I keep a notebook of the games that I've beaten. Let's see, how far? Let's see. Yeah, just a few days ago, I just beat Metro Last Light.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, but it is nice to keep a record of, like, some of the games you've beaten. And then you look back and realize, oh my god, I wasted my life! Nah, I'm just kidding. No, it's like that scene when, like, the end of the Simpsons movies with comic book guy, and he thinks they're all gonna die. He's like, I spent all my life collecting comic books. He's just so happy about it. It's like, life fulfilled!
Worth it.
Totally worth it.
Yeah, I just the other day I was like, man, 45 games. I worked out the math, like at 40 hours per game, and that's on the low side. 40 hours per game times 45 games in the last 2 years. That's like basically that's like a 40-hour work week.
Yeah, and that's just lowballing it, because plenty of RPGs like, say, Persona, that's gonna suck a lot of life out.
Yeah, between Persona 3, the Journey, and the Answer, I put in over 100 hours into that.
Exactly.
Oh. And I really regret playing the Answer, though.
Yeah, check his video for his explanation.
But
yeah, not every game is like, oh, this game is awesome. No, some of the games on here are like, yeah, there's a few problems.
Yeah, which is exactly, I guess that brings me back to the point that, yeah, pretty much any game could be on my show. I've played a lot of stinkers. There are a lot of stinkers out there to be reviewed. And
yeah, like the Lord of the Rings RPG on SNES. Just
yes.
Ooh.
like part of me really wants to get into that and just expose the game, but
But
at the
then
other,
it's like, oh, right, I have to play through the entire thing.
yeah.
I don't think we'll hate you if you use Game Genie on that one. Like, if you do a montage of how you could totally screw this up, like, show all the characters just getting killed by some wolves and stuff, it's like, you just hold up the Game Genie, it's like, desperate times call for desperate measures.
I think one of the most dangerous thing in that game are the trees, because not just like the ents that I'm talking about. Yeah, the ents will screw you up, but just like getting stuck on the trees.
Oh, you're not talking about ents. Yeah, you should be like the most.
Yeah, there are just
enemy.
trees that will just block your characters, and then they get lost, and you never see them again.
Exactly.
Well, they're
Bilbo,
gone.
freaking Aragorn, defeated by trees, but he's a freaking ranger. Rangers should not be beaten by trees.
Couldn't figure out quite how paths work.
But he's a ranger. He's supposed to be a tracker. Maybe he got distracted. He saw a bunch of squirrel tracks and tried to track them into the tree and got stuck.
Maybe he found a nymph and decided to start up a little colony out in the middle of the woods. Who knows?
I don't know. The point is, this game sucks.
Started his own little shire.
Oh man, yeah, that game. Any other bad RPGs?
Well, I mean, Quest 64. Brain Lord was an action RPG that, I like it, but then I also really feel like it has a lot of shortcomings, especially toward the end game. I talked about in the review a little bit that, there were a couple of black mazes, like pitch black mazes that you have to navigate in the dark with moving floors.
Okay. Moving floors in a maze, fine. Pitch black maze, fine. Don't put both in!
Exactly. Like, they really just wanted to screw you over
at least with pitch black maze, you can at least map it out.
Yeah. And the other thing, though, is if I haven't beaten the game, I feel like I can't really say, oh, this game is terrible.
Because sometimes maybe the ending is like, oh my god, that ending, it changed my life.
Yeah, well, I mean, Lufia in the Fortress of Doom, the first one. The very important distinction, because the second one, from what I hear, is by far and away a far better game. But Lufia in the Fortress of Doom was really boring and pretty bad. Except for like the last few hours of the game, you get this plot twist that's like, whoa, that's really actually kind of neat. But in order to get there, you have to go through some, pretty bad tedium and mediocrity. It's just...
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's a lot of... I have a hard time saying that there are bad games. I even reviewed Highlight, and I didn't say that was necessarily a bad game.
Explained what it tried to do and how it could have been improved. And you know what? I have to agree with you. On the other hand, Virtual Highlight, you can give the original some leeway because, one, it was first, and it was made during a time when... I mean,
it was trailblazing, right?
Exactly. It failed, but at least you could say it tried.
Yeah. It didn't have a formula to follow. It crafted the formula.
Yeah,
and
Virtual Highlight had no excuses.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you ever do a review, you might as well just hold up the thing, just show a couple of moments of you getting killed by a bunch of trees or bees, and just say, it's terrible, and we will not judge you. Besides, technically, you've already beaten it because of Highlight.
It's the exact same game, yeah.
Yeah, technically, you've already beaten it, so you don't really have to review it.
I wonder if, like, all of the code in the background is the exact same.
Actually, that would be a legitimately good video. You actually try to look up
turn
and
off
see,
the HUD. You turn off the HUD, use the Game Genie to set off the vertical sync, and then you look in it's like the actual, like, original Highlight special.
Just do that. That'd be a more interesting video, just deconstructing the damn game. It'd be more interesting than the game itself.
Yeah.
Actually, I think a video of nothing but that annoying tune from Highlight would be more interesting
the Indiana Jones theme
Yeah,
song.
at least I can pretend it's 8-bit Indiana Jones.
Which didn't the 8-bit Indiana Jones actually sound less like Indiana Jones than Highlight?
Isn't that weird? Like, what? Like, what?
Yeah.
Games. Games are weird.
Yes, they are.
Especially if
But
they come
Indiana
from
Jones.
Japan. Looking at you, Katamari.
Anyway, what was that?
Yeah, games are weird, especially if they come from Japan. Looking at you, Katamari.
Yeah, that's a fun game. I actually.
Oh, no, I
played
agree,
it for
but
the first time not too long ago.
Doesn't change the fact that it is... It's like, what do you mean it wasn't made on drugs? I'm pretty damn sure it was.
I found my copy of Katamari Damacy at a Salvation Army in my hometown in Manhattan, Kansas, for $1.
$1.
$1.
That almost feels insulting. I'm
I
like,
know.
hey, even if it's used, I pay top dollar for it.
Yeah, I was really happy to find it, but I mean that was all that there was. Also, that thrift store's not very good anymore.
Yeah.
That's just how
unless,
it goes.
not unless you're a lazy game reviewer. Like, seriously, he has, like, the best thrift stores to go to.
You know, it also helps that I feel like people don't collect big box PC games generally, except for people like LJR or LGR and Metal Jesus obviously has a massive big box
Yeah,
PC.
people...
But he worked for Sierra, so I'm guessing he probably had a slight head start.
Yeah. Wait, seriously?
Maybe. Yeah.
Nice.
You didn't know that?
Well, I never even heard of Metal Jesus until you just told me, not to mention...
Oh.
I didn't know he worked for Sierra.
Oh yeah.
That is cool.
He's a
Sierra
pretty cool
games.
guy.
Yeah, those things. Yeah, would you ever do a review of one of those? Or are you just more of a console reviewer?
He probably did. I don't know.
No, I'm talking about you.
Oh, me. Oh, yeah. I'm a console reviewer. I might make an exception though for some games that just aren't going to come to console. Like, there was the new one that everybody's talking about, Undertale. Yeah.
Yeah.
I might have to make an exception.
That one I'm
for that.
surprised that hasn't gotten a... That needs a console port. Same with Stardew
Yeah.
Valley. If you like Harvest Moon, get Stardew Valley. Seriously. I'm not just talking to you. I'm talking to everybody here. I'm pointing to you, the viewer. And you, Derek. Get it.
Okay.
Yeah, like...
When it comes to console, I will. I promise.
Yeah, console. Yeah, speaking of that, a lot of...
Actually, I was playing around with the idea of reviewing a PC game from my childhood before I started playing Wild Arms 2, actually. I was thinking about a space exploration game called... It's an RPG by Ambrosia Softworks. It was originally released on the Mac. It was introduced to me by a buddy way back in like grade school, called Escape Velocity. It's a really fun game, but I don't think very many people have heard of it because it was a Mac exclusive for a long, long time.
Yeah.
And like way before the iPod, before everybody started getting Mac stuff. Like it was...
Yep.
Yep. So I'm playing around with the idea of PC, but, you know, not for now.
Yeah, it's... You got enough console games that you don't have to worry about PCs.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, with PC, digital is usually the way to go because it's just so much cheaper, but I'm a collector who likes physical boxes of things.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I want to collect old games, you know, like on Super Nintendo or NES, but if I want to play them, I'll just use an emulator, or if it's not being sold anymore, but if it is, I'll just download it off of the Wii U shop.
Yeah.
Also, we need a Skies of Arcadia port. Like, seriously.
Yeah, Skies of Arcadia is super expensive right now.
I know.
And maybe a digital release of the game would drive down prices a little bit to the range where I could afford it.
Exactly.
Maybe. Because you guys can have the digital downloads. I don't.
I want a digital. I want to. I remember doing a Let's Play using an emulator, but even then there was slowdown. Especially during this one cutscene where I literally had to pause the video and wait like, I think it was 15 minutes for the whole darn thing to go through so I could feasibly continue the game.
That takes me back to the first time I ever played through Kingdom Hearts 2. I was playing with a used copy that worked perfectly up until the very last FMV. And
that's
I know.
Painful.
It was a knife that just twisted, and I would have to beat the final boss, and then I would try again, and then it would work, and I'd have to go buff the disc, go back, beat the final boss again, buff the disc. Each time I get like a little bit closer to the end.
Oh God! That's
I eventually
terrible.
got past it. I eventually got past it, and that was good, but man, that almost ruined it for me.
That would.
And it was in the early days of the Internet 2.0 where you had YouTube. So at the time, it's not like you could just go on YouTube and look up the ending, which you could do now if you were to encounter such a thing. But
yeah,
it's just not the same.
Yeah, I agree. It's just something so satisfying when seeing it on your TV. Just sit back, relax, and be like, yeah, I did it.
Exactly.
Oh, man. By the way, what some viewers may notice is that while you do have box copies of games, they're not original boxes. You want to tell the story of those?
Sure. So, yeah, I have a box for almost every game that I have on my shelf right now. The exclusion is Smash Bros. For Nintendo 64, which I just bought the other day for $20.
Hey, you want to show us that?
Deal. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I want to see a box copy of that. Ooh.
So this is my...
you hold in your hands our childhood.
Yes. Yeah, and it's really nice, really minty. And, yeah, I haven't made a box for it yet. But I got it for like half off, which is really awesome.
Yeah, so
at a pawn shop, actually.
Impressive.
Yeah, it's interesting to me. I've found that I sometimes have a lot better luck in pawn shops than I do at thrift stores, which
Maybe
is
that's
just...
because people are always going for the thrift stores and they don't think, pawn shop probably too overpriced.
I think it's because pawn shops are motivated salespeople, whereas whereas the other people at thrift stores are getting paid minimum wage. They don't want to haggle, They're not vested in moving product,
Or you might have that one guy who works at the thrift store who knows the value.
Oh, well, there's that one guy at the thrift store who knows the value, but the thing is, he's working in the back, who is, I am positive, taking some of those home with him.
Yeah, he just tells
he's not stealing.
Look, it's not gonna sell. I'll pay $5 for it.
Maybe they're not coming. Maybe he's not like just outright stealing them, but yeah, maybe he's just lowballing the price. Maybe he's getting that employee discount and taking them before they hit the shelves.
At one thrift store, there's that one guy.
Mm-hmm. It's almost like that's the kind of benefit that would almost make it worth working at a thrift store.
Yeah,
right?
I agree.
Having dibs would be great, but
yeah,
pawn shops they're motivated salespeople, so they'll haggle with you more often than not. But
yeah, so where did you get?
But getting back to those boxes, I guess. So those are universal game cases. Up top, mostly. There are some exceptions like Illusion of Gaia, Lord of the Rings, for SNES, Legend of Zelda, Link to the Past, which, by the way, is the first ever copy of Zelda that I ever played. Like, the actual copy. It's
Ocarina of Time for me.
That particular cartridge came from a family friend of mine that I first experienced Legend of Zelda on way back when I was a child. And then I recently bought it from him for pretty cheap. Excuse me. But anyways, so those are mostly universal game cases. The exception obviously being the Genesis cases.
Because people don't usually throw those away. It's because
Exactly.
Nintendo had the cardboard, and while it made sense at the time, Genesis definitely had the leg up.
Yeah. So, so basically, you can get those from, I got them from MediaShelving.com. You can buy them from like 100 case batches for like, something
Link
like
will be in the
$40.
description, of course.
Yeah, I'll see if I can find that and send that your way. But yeah, basically if I come across a copy of a game that I, definitely want and it's not in a box, then I'll just use one of those game cases and then print out a copy of the insert from thecoverproject.net, which is pretty awesome. You can
Link will
download
be in the
covers
description.
from any games, almost any game, and then you can print them off and then stick them in the inserts, and then it's great.
Makes me wish that GameStop would use that a little more.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of, I mean, those are game shells, shell cases, kind of like what you would get from old rental shops from back in the day, which is why I still think that they're pretty cool, even though
There's something nostalgic about cracking open one of those, especially.
Exactly.
We grew up with Blockbuster, and that was, the magic.
Yeah,
And the
I didn't have
disappointment of that
Blockbuster
one
growing
game you want, and you pull back the thing, there's no game behind it. No! No!
Yeah, I didn't actually have Blockbuster growing up. I had a Kroger grocery store that had a video and game rental
Every
in
place
the
had
side.
rentals back then.
Yeah, the little mom and pop shops were great.
Yeah, there's just... that's one thing of the 90s I'm gonna miss.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, sure, there's Redbox now where you could rent games,
But it's
but
not the same as just going into an entire building meant for it.
exactly.
And even then, if you want to rent games, GameFly usually is your best bet because it's got better selection.
Link in the description.
No, I'm afraid I'm not being... I'm afraid GameFly's yet to inform me. The other two, maybe they might give me a cut. I don't know. I don't know. Link in the description. I need money! I will sell out!
Enter promo code SuperDerek for 10%.
Seriously, you ever team up with them? You really should.
No, I haven't teamed up
Yeah,
with anybody.
because I mean, I actually looked up, went to the site. I'm like, yeah, these are decent prices. I could definitely go for that because I got like a couple of uncased games that could use a case.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are pretty cool, the universal game cases. Only problem is that the Nintendo NES ones that you see on this top shelf over here, you have to actually pretty heavily modify those in order for them to actually fit in. So if you got an X-Acto knife, you just have to cut out some of the tabs and then they fit, and that's all right.
Yeah.
But I think for NES there are some better alternatives out there. I can't remember what they're called, but they even have spots for like manuals and stuff. For the time being, what I've just been doing is slipping the manuals, if I have them, in behind the cover art.
Oh man, and game manuals. I miss those.
Yeah, no kidding. Nowadays you buy a game and you're lucky if there's a game manual inside. Sometimes
Yeah, it's
like
just usually here's some of the basic controls.
Skyrim Legendary Edition didn't have a manual.
Like, come on.
The original version had a manual and a sort of cloth map. But yeah, the Legendary Edition did not. So
Like, what the hell, man? Right?
it's so legendary that it only has a disc and a slip of paper that tells you what the controls are.
I miss that. I'll tell you one thing I like about PS3 when I downloaded the PS2 games. They actually include the ability to look at the manual. Like, they have a manual and you can look it over. I mean, it's not the same as holding it in your hand, but the fact that they took the time to basically give us the manual,
Yeah.
that makes me happy.
I guess in the future it'll be easier to collect them complete if they didn't come with manuals initially, but I think for a long while that's just going to screw me up. It's just going to mess with my head. Oh man, this game's not complete. Oh wait, it didn't actually have a manual when it was
And
released.
it's just sad. I mean,
Here's what I'm not behind right now. The Wii U game cases with the pieces of plastic that have been chopped out of the insides that have that recycle symbol. So they feel really flimsy, like paper.
I know.
Oh, I hate that.
Actually, I got my Wii U cases right here. I'll just... Yep, we got Brawl. Nope, this one doesn't.
Oh, it's the
this
Wii
is my
U
Wii
one.
Version.
The blue cases.
There we go. Here we go.
And they do it with 3DS also.
Yeah, see how they like cut
Super
it out.
light. I'm not digging that. And I think they also do it with 3DS cases.
I don't
as well.
mind it where the disc is. I don't mind it where the disc is, but where this is, no.
I mean, what? They're saving 17 cents worth of plastic by cutting that out?
Granted, I mean 17 cents for a couple, I don't know, like 10,000 copies. I mean that's
Yeah,
a lot
multiply
of
that out.
cents
You've saved $170, but yeah, it just no longer feels like these cases exude quality the way that they did back on like the GameCube, which was, they had extra plastic inside that like were for like locks and stuff that rental shops could use. I don't necessarily understand what that was all about.
Yeah, like here we have good old Tales of Symphonia. Yeah, really tough.
Yeah, like open that up and show the inside. Like there's all kinds of plastic inside these.
Granted, it's not complete, but yeah, I mean this is it's actually kind of hard to bend this.
Exactly. Like so you go from that
I remember they even had spots to put your little memory card in. I liked that.
Memory cards are sadly a thing of the past.
Yeah, I miss those.
I mean, sure, I kind of understand memory cards. Like, you can transfer your saves. Like, with the Wii, you could transfer your save with a Wiimote, right? Well, I guess you can kind of still do that, but the cards were cool.
I know.
Holy crap, do I see an amazing working design Sega CD collection behind you?
What?
Behind you. Behind your right shoulder. Is that Sega CD games?
No.
Oh, okay.
Those are those are my graphic novels. The ones for that are game based. I have Legend of Zelda, the Mega Man NT Warriors, Pokemon.
Okay.
I plan to get the Kingdom Hearts manga.
Because it looked like you had a bunch of like working designs games on the second shelf of your black shelf there.
No, I have a couple of Dreamcast, some Sega Genesis, a couple of Atari 2600s, including Pac-Man.
Nice.
Part of me wanted to buy it just so I could do a video of me smashing it with a hammer. But then I realized it'd be more entertaining to smash an ET cartridge.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's see, I also have Pokemon, Pokemon Puzzle League, an unboxed copy of Street Fighter, a couple of GameCube games that my dad found, and also a wooden sword. And up on the shelf is a PS2, an Xbox 360 for Wii, with a copy of Link's hat, and a Sega Genesis second model. And we have an internet problem! Of course. We'll be right back, people. Nope. We're back. We're back. We're back recording. Awesome. It was just a power outage. There is no need to panic. Yeah, for some reason now I'm whiter.
It happens.
Yeah. It's gonna suck when SJW walks in. It's gonna be like that one scene from the end of Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Yeah. So where was it that you crashed? Like
you were showing me stuff on your shelf, and then,
but what did I leave off?
I think you were talking about the stuff that it was on top of the shelf, and you're I think moving it over toward the Minecraft stuff.
Yeah, let's see. I have a PS2, an Xbox 360, and a Sega Genesis Model 2.
Mm.
You know, the smaller one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Then I have like a couple of other knickknacks. My more knickknacks and a lot of PC games and a boxed copy of the NES Black Baseball. Yeah, I just got it at like a con for $20 and may not be worth much, but hey, it's history.
Yeah. Hey, that's why I still have a copy of Highlight. You know,
Maybe
it's
crap, but at least it's historical crap.
Exactly.
Now, LGR games, on the other hand,
I've got a lot. That's a lot to go over right now.
yeah, LGR, or not LGR,
Oh
LGN.
God, he has a collection for
No,
the
I was
ages.
thinking LGN. That's it, LGN.
Oh, LJN. You're talking about the LJN Defender?
No, I'm talking about the Rainbow of Crap.
Oh, LJN. Okay, because I've got a buddy, the LJN Defender, who's got a YouTube channel, and that's not all he does, because his actual YouTube channel is Cygnus Destroyer 20XX or something like that.
Now I gotta look that up. I gotta see a
he's-
guy who could defend it. The only person who I've seen defend an LGN game was Rue from Clan of the Grey Wolf, and that was for an April Fool's episode. But he did actually make a good defense.
Yeah, the LJN Defender, he's pretty cool. Pretty cool guy. He's actually attempted to defend several games, as well as he has another series called Innocent Until Proven Guilty, where he examines other games that are pretty notorious, like Sonic 06, for instance. And
Oh, that
determines
one's
whether or not
been
they're-
usurped by by Sonic Boom. That one's been usurped. At least with 06.
He
you
reviewed
can
that
have
too,
fun.
actually. He reviewed that too. I don't know how he does it. I mean, some people
Sonic
are good
Boom
at playing
did
really
not.
bad games. Some people are good at playing really long games, I guess.
My God, there are.
Doing the
They're
legwork
so
you
bad
don't
they're
have
good.
to.
That's so bad it's bad. They're so bad. Oh my God, it gave me cancer. Bad. And that is Sonic Boom. That and Colonial Marines.
I'll never forgive what they did to Knuckles.
Why would they give him steroids?
I don't know. He was cool enough as he was. He was like
He was voiced by Dan Green.
he was. I actually have a Knuckles
We see him.
plushie back there, but yeah, Knuckles was like the cool character. Like even though Sonic was pretty cool, but Knuckles was like the anti-hero back before they had to up the ante with Shadow and all that. But
Yeah, Knuckles. Yeah, I mean they made him a little darker. I think he should have been the next Shadow. Like if they made him darker, like make him more likely to do more reprehensible things in the name of keeping the Master Emerald safe. That would have been good. Because you would have at least, a hero who you understand, but you still can't forgive him for, oh my God, you blew up that base. There were innocent people in there. Yeah, but I had to get that Master Emerald from that bad guy.
Man, now that I think about it, has Sonic actually had a RPG?
They did. It was for the DS.
Which one was that? Was that Colors? No.
No, it was something. What was it?
Brotherhood?
Yeah, I think it was Silent Brotherhood.
Silent Brotherhood? Okay. I was thinking that it would be cool to play an RPG featuring Sonic characters, kind of like, Paper Mario.
A Paper Mario-esque Sonic game. That could work. Heck, making a crossover with Paper Mario. Paper Sonic. I'd actually play that. I mean, if they make, they still have some of the comedy of Paper Mario, but then Sonic's, like, edgy, and then you have, like, a scene where it's, like, edgy. Like, I'm gonna go get a chili dog, and then Paper Mario just has, like, anime sweat drop. Like, Mamma Mia, what did I get myself into? Hey, Dr. Robotnik teaming up with Bowser. That would be entertaining. Maybe Eggman betrays Bowser and
I could see like a
creates
Mecha
his
Bowser.
own Mecha Goombas and Koopa Troopas.
Mm-hmm. That'd be pretty rad.
Yeah, it'd be almost like Mario, Mario and Luigi Super Saga, where they also have to, do it sort of in the style of Mario and Luigi Super Saga, where they have to team up attacks. That could work.
I could see that.
That still have the comedy. You have characterization. Mario can still be the silent mouthpiece with using expressions, whereas Sonic is the vocal one.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like a buddy cop. buddy cop movie.
Good guy, bad guy, cop. That'd be pretty good.
No, good cop and edgy cop.
Yeah, edge cop.
Okay.
Contact us if you'd like to know more.
Yes, please, Nintendo, hire us. All I want is just give me just give me some Nintendo merchandise. I will be happy. At least I can sell it.
It's good as gold.
It would be, especially like Mario plushies. I want a replica mushroom.
Just give me some one-of-a-kind amiibos and stuff. That's
Except,
all that.
Unless it's Sonic Shoe amiibo, in which case you would just shove it where the sun don't shine. Actually, that's too good for it. Let's get Stuart Ashes to burn one.
Yeah,
No, that's too good.
I never got on the amiibo train, actually. It just, I collect games and I can't just get into amiibo, because I can't help but feel like they're Happy Meal toys that happen to have NFC chips inside of them. All of a sudden, they're worth $15.
I don't mind the idea, I just mind how much they cost.
Exactly. Like, I can't get into that. It's just, I've got other games that I could be buying. Like, for me, $15 goes a lot further, because that's just how I buy games. I am super cheap. Like, I can't even buy a...
Super cheap.
I am.
SuperDerek is super cheap. SuperDerek is the RPGer.
It's just like buying new games for me, like spending $60 on a new game. I haven't done it since Skyrim came out.
And you knew that Skyrim was going to be good because it's a Bethesda RPG.
Yep. But I mean, funny thing, I mean, of course the game that I spent full price on was a game that you could get for $5, you know, just if I waited a couple of years.
I know, right?
It's so hit and miss. I wish I could just buy up all like the Xenoblades before they go up in price.
Like some games are like, I can wait a few years and I'll get it cheaper, and then other games are like, why did I wait a few years?
Exactly. I mean, of course, Skyrim wasn't going to go up in price because that was a super popular. Super
Bethesda
popular game.
knew they would have multiple copies, so they built a lot. The Xeno Chronicles, Xeno series, that's not quite as big here in America.
Mm-hmm.
Now it is, but yeah, it's also like Monster Hunter as well. I mean, Monster Hunter wasn't that big, but then once Monster Hunter 3 and 4 came out, holy crap, we got more people.
Yeah.
I also think Pro Jared and Game Grumps had something to do with that. Pro Jared.
Yeah, maybe so. Pro Jared was actually the reason I got into Dark Souls even.
I tried to get into Dark Souls, but let me tell you, if I wanna be a gimp, I will go into an SMM dungeon because at least I probably would get less of a beating.
Yeah.
At least I have the prospect of a safe word. Mine will be butterscotch. Actually, that sounds like something Deadpool would use as his safe word. Butterscotch. Like, everybody just like looks and is like, why? Don't ask. Deadpool in his own RPG. I can also see that.
And Super Deadpool RPG. Yeah, I could see that.
Superhero RPG.
It would probably have to be a dating sim, though.
It would totally be... No. It would start off in a combat, and then you could actually have an option, go into dating sim. And then it's like, what do? Present flowers? Show her your junk? Show some dance moves? Stab!
Marvel, contact us for more details.
The thing is, when it comes to Deadpool, you can put up just about anything and it would still fit the character.
Pretty much.
Even the Deadpool video game, while gameplay-wise is a bit repetitive, you didn't play for the gameplay. You played for Deadpool.
Yeah, as long as that's the thing about Deadpool. As long as the writing is there, you could kind of do whatever.
Yeah, just make it insane, make it fun, just make us laugh. That's all we want.
Yeah.
We don't want some sad pathos. Well, okay, maybe a little. Because given Deadpool's backstory, like, seriously, like, you look at the character, it's like, wow, this guy's a fun lover. I wonder what his backstory is. Oh my god!
Yeah,
Oh my
that
god!
was
No. That was my reaction to seeing him naked. No, let's see. This is his backstory now. Ah! I wish I saw him naked. Oh my god, we are so off topic. This is what happens when I'm talking to fellow nerds.
Well, hey,
Hey, did Monty
that's just the
Python-
nature of conversation. They tend to wander.
Hey, did Monty Python ever make an RPG? A Monty Python?
I've seen a Monty Python and the Holy Grail mock-up, a demo game for it was a student project, and it's on YouTube. It's kind of interesting.
Hey, I could totally see like a whole Monty Python thing. You go through all these adventures and stuff. Then we go into the Holy Grail. Oh man, you'll probably lose at the rabbit.
Yeah, well,
Because let's face it, as gamers, if it's there, we will try and kill it.
in a way, you could sort of consider Earthbound to be sort of Monty Python-esque.
It is. It's
In the
got-
sense that it's the only really just outright comical RPG that I've played. So many others tend to wallow in their own melodrama.
Well, I do know of another comedic RPG.
Would that be Disgaea?
No.
Oh.
Okay, I know two more other funny RPGs.
Go ahead.
How about one that's supposed to be like a big it's supposed to be a farce? Like Disgaea, in Independent games, they tend to have serious stories, but with comedy within. I'm talking about full-blown RPG with comedy. Death Spank.
Death Spank.
Death Spank.
This one.
I know what you're thinking. What kind of name is that? It's a crazy RPG where, well, you're going on an adventure to get special underwear that apparently grants the wearer magical ultimate power, and there's even a DLC where you beat up Santa.
Wow. Which console is this for?
Downloadable for 360 and PS3.
Downloadable only?
I don't know if they made a disc for it.
I don't know. Well, actually, I guess downloadable only isn't necessarily a barrier for my show. I did play through Corpse Party.
And by the way, holy crap, my eyes are bleeding.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
did a good job on that one, too. Like, really scary narration from you. You did well.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, Corpse Party was definitely a weird experience. Definitely, I made a point of playing through it in the dark, and there were some pretty gruesome scenes that, like when I would, end my stream, I'd just turn on all the lights and I'd be like,
Okay, there's not a corpse party in my house, other than the game. Check my
Yeah.
pants. There's no corpse party in my pants. Thank goodness. There's no corpse party in my mouth, but everyone's invited, because if so, oh my god, that'd be a massacre.
time to go browse Reddit eye bleach.
Yeah, Reddit, eye bleach. That or funny montage of people getting kicked in the nuts. That also makes me happy. I found a really good one that's like a live-action ode to the nut shot. You know, that Robot Chicken sketch? That always makes me laugh.
Just put on an episode of Ow My Balls.
Man gets hit in crotch by football. Mole man. So what are some other stuff you got in the pipeline for now?
Well, I don't know if I'm ready to do this to myself yet or not, but I'm ramping myself up to reviewing the Dragon Warrior Quadrilogy on SNES.
Ooh, that's gonna
NES. Original NES.
The original NES. You're going old school.
Yep.
Personally, I
I've
don't think
finally
anyone.
acquired them all.
I don't think
Got no
anyone would
excuses.
hold it against you for playing any of the updated re-releases. But if you're gonna play them in the original entirety, I wish you the best of luck.
I've got a buddy in Japan who's keeping an eye out for me for the Super Nintendo remakes that I might dig into. It depends.
I don't think anyone else would also hate you for using a ROM if you hold the game, if you actually have the game, like say you actually hold the physical copy of the Japanese one in your hand, and you just play the ROM so you have the English translation. I don't think anyone would hold it against you.
Yeah. Well, I've got methods that I'll get into later, I guess. If and when it comes time to start playing some translated games. There's also a Japanese game that I would really like to play, probably within the next couple of months. After I hit, let's say, over 9,000 subscribers.
Over 9,000!
There's a
Smash!
review that I would like to do for Super Saiyan Densetsu.
Super Saiyan Daisetsu. Oh, isn't that the original NES one?
Super Nintendo. It's a card-based battle system.
Oh, yeah, no. Remember you were talking about that.
Follows Dragon Ball Z from the start of the Saiyan saga up through the end of the Namek saga. So
nice.
And it would be pretty topical. I just need to get a copy, and I don't know if that can happen yet. But
you hear that, people? If you have a copy, send it to this guy. He needs it. He will entertain you. Trust me, he has entertained me. Also, put me in your show.
I will do my best.
I mean, you get that, or send me a contact link to someone who knows how to tap into your TV. Seriously, how do people keep doing that? I bet you could totally unplug your TV and someone will still appear in it.
I know. It's kind of weird. I honestly am not sure quite how people show up on my television. I mean, at this point, I'm just kind of accepting it.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well just say, I had that unplugged.
Like, it's just, it happens. I was looking into internet security, but
Some internet reviewers, they do crossovers. Some internet reviewers, they get attacked by Bugs Bunny. Some internet reviewers have a parakeet that's also a cyborg who also fought in Vietnam.
Yeah.
And some people get invaded via TV. It's the internet. Like, seriously, everybody has to have a shtick. My shtick is insanity.
Hey, with RPGs, your TV is a window to another world. So
that
why
is
not?
True. Wait,
so
does that
why
mean?
not that?
Wait, hold on. If that's the case, does that mean we're living in Persona 4?
Well, I didn't want to tell you this, but you might want to take these glasses.
Oh god, we are nerds. And this is why I love talking to people like you. You get it. You know how to have fun.
I do my best.
Right. So is there anything you want to say before we wrap this all up? Because I think everybody gets an idea of what kind of person you are.
Not really.
We need a joke. Somebody.
I don't have any jokes. I'm just.
Okay, I will use this like a batarang.
No.
I'm PS2 man. Seriously, these things could be like batarangs. Like seriously, you could totally make a parody of a gaming Batman and use just these controllers.
Yeah, I really like the DualShock style controllers.
Yeah, actually, there is two questions:
Mm-hmm.
JRPGs or Western RPGs, and Super Nintendo or PS2. Which has the better RPGs? For both questions.
Okay. I'm gonna go with. I like JRPGs more than Western RPGs. I like Western RPGs, but I just haven't really been gripped by as many as I have with JRPGs. So therefore, I have to kind of go that way. And between PS2 RPGs and SNES RPGs, SNES RPGs just have that timeless, pixel art that you just do not get in PS2s. Generally speaking, I mean, sure you get your Odin sphere, which is beautiful and will be timeless as well. But pixel art is just, it's so sublime. That's the word. So I guess I just went really old school.
No, hey, that's
SNES
cool.
RPGs. Plus,
for
SNES RPGs didn't have very great Western RPGs.
That is the problem.
I mean, you have some like Ultima on there, but
And as Noah showed us, yeah. Why are we collecting burgers for food again? We couldn't even get a turkey leg? What, did Simon Belmont steal all of them or something?
So
Castlevania
I guess
RPG.
that's my answer. Super Nintendo JRPGs.
For the win!
And the thing is, with PS2 RPGs, they will eventually look older and age more. Kind of like PSX, the ones that did the early 3D. As we get more and more acclimated to photorealism in our video games.
Yeah, my god, just looking back at some of the old polygonal, it's just like, wow.
But I don't think that pixel art will ever.
Yeah, there's just something just sweet about it. And that's why pixel art is so popular with indie games. Not just because it's easier. Actually, I think it's harder to make good pixel art.
Yep. It really can be, especially to animate it in a way that looks natural.
Yeah.
Pretty tough.
That's why a lot of, like, JRPGs back then did the, we're talking and then we have, like, the picture of the head with the expression. So they don't have to animate the sprites as much. What was it that I wanted you to do? Oh, yeah. Let's see. I think you're going to need to eventually talk about NIS soon enough.
Yeah. That's true.
You haven't been doing the tactical RPGs quota.
Yeah, I've been kind of stalling on that. But, I've got a few that I can probably dig into. And maybe that should happen before my Dragon Warrior.
Yeah, do it for Laharl and Etna and the Angel of Love Flan, who also happens to be a ninja. No, really, that happens. Although, if I were to make a recommendation for what NIS RPG you should start with, might I suggest the first one they brought to America, La Pucelle Tactics.
La Pucelle. Do I have La Pucelle?
If you don't, I should tell you that it stars an ass-kicking nun fighting demons.
I do not have La Pucelle yet, but I'll check it out.
You can download it on PS3.
You know me. I don't download.
Do it!
Nope, not gonna do it.
You will do it.
But be prudent.
How did Darth Vader force choke someone from across the screen? That's like out of everything that has yet to be answered in Star Wars, I think that's the biggest question.
Didn't they say that the force is all around everybody and?
But he literally is not within the vicinity. How does that work?
He knows exactly, like he has a perfect conception of space-time in his mind. And he can pinpoint exactly where somebody's gets across.
On that note, we'll see you next time.
See everybody.
Of course. I'm Bren.
And I'm SuperDerek.
Peace! I don't know what I'm doing. You know what? Peace!
Nanu.
Nanu. Ha!